Hi, this is Mr. Payton. Welcome to Standing on Their Shoulders. In this episode, I'll talk about the future of African Americans, Black people in the United States. I was born in the 70s, and so I got a chance to live through a golden age of R&B in the 90s, and I got to watch Michael Jackson grow into the world icon that he was. I got to see Michael Jordan go from being the best basketball player in the world to one of the most successful businessmen in the world. I've gotten a chance to see Apple and Google and Amazon and Tesla and all the things that Elon Musk has created. But I've also watched the deterioration of the culture and the group that's most important to me, which is African Americans or Black people. And to me, if I could make one wish, if I could accomplish one thing, it would be to just get black men and women back talking again. Ambitiously, I would love to see the Black family return to what it was. But I also understand that in this day and time, the idea that people are not going to engage in interracial relationships is ridiculous. So that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm literally talking about when you go to the grocery store. And again, this is particular to Arizona. I see a Black woman and speak to her, she doesn't speak back. Shoot, for that matter, I speak to a Black man, they don't speak back. That comes from generations of hate and jealousy and all kinds of things. But I don't want to spend time talking about that because that's the negative. I just wish we would get back to working together as Black people, whether it be in business, in my field in academia, or just, common courtesy. When I have had the chance to travel, whether it's been back east, Midwest, down south, and almost all those places, it's a little friendlier. Black people speak to each other. Here in Arizona, it's like we try to get away from each other. We try to avoid each other. And I know that comes from somewhere. That's not just people being rude or being angry or being busy. It comes from a particular place. And so my wish is that as little Black boys and girls grow up, that they are friendlier to each other. That as parents, we encourage our kids to spend time around each other. Share, where it doesn't matter if you're Muslim or Christian. Doesn't matter if your mom is white or your dad is white and whatever. None of that matters. But when you see someone that has melanin in their skin, someone that's brown skin, someone that happens to be African American, let's let them talk to each other. We are sowing seeds of jealousy and isolation and independence that is not going to do anybody any good. This is not about self-preservation. This is not about pro-Black pride. I have no agenda here. It just hurts me to my core to watch our people be so distant to each other. Because to be completely honest, I don't see it in other cultures. I don't see Hispanic people not speaking to each other. I don't see Asian people not speaking to each other, Native Americans. I can go on and on. But I do watch, and I do notice that African Americans, we see each other, man, very rarely, like if we think we're in an area where, people on an even playing field or there's nothing to lose, then maybe you'll get a couple of hellos and some what's ups and stuff like that. Now me, I come from a completely different fraternity within the Black culture, and that is basketball. It don't matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing. If I'm somewhere where, basketball is being played because I coach, and, man, the fraternity is strong. We could not have seen each other for 10 years, and we hug each other like we just saw each other yesterday. And so that brings me a great deal of joy, just the camaraderie that comes from being a former athlete and having tried to be the best you possibly could. Some of my friends made it pro. Not all of us did. I didn't. But we all respect each other. It's not like we say, hey, man, I ain't hugging you because you didn't go to the NBA. We're just all good. And that's what I wish we had. I wish that when I went into a bank or was at the store and I see another African-American man, they would say hello back. Now, I do get it from the older brothers. When I speak to an older Black man, they're always happy and they say it. I'm glad you spoke, young man. And I said, yes, sir. And I understand they're from a different time, so their expectation and their joy in me speaking to them comes from a different place. And so I just wish we could get that back. Yeah, it would be nice if we had more money and more resources, and be nice if police would stop beating us up and shooting us and all those things. I'm not saying I don't want those things, but if I could start with one thing, I would just ask us to start talking to each other again, just start our fellowship again. I think that would solve a lot of things. I think we would feel a lot better about ourselves. I think that we could get a lot more accomplished if we were just willing to just extend that hand of friendship, speak those words of encouragement or just greeting. I think that could be huge. And so, as I wrap this up, this series called Standing on Their Shoulders, I say this with all the love and respect that I have, that there were people who came before us who did those things. They shook hands and they greeted each other. They tried to build things. They tried to work with each other. And I think if we can get back to that, then our future is as bright as anyone else's. And so, again, as I've said in every video, thank you for your time. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for watching, paying attention, the few of you that have, or the many of you that are. I'm just one person sharing my experience, hoping to start the conversation up, to get some understanding going, and to hopefully spread some love and some information. I'm grateful for this opportunity, this platform, man. If I'd have had YouTube and I was, my teens and 20s, man, who knows what would be going on now. But I'm here now, and so again, thank you for your time. Hope you liked the video and subscribe to my channel. I'm just an educator trying to enlarge this classroom. And I hope that this had value for you. Have a wonderful day, and thank you.